Hi, my name is Anabela Mesquita, and I'm here to talk to you about how to communicate effectively. I am sure that in our lives, whether it was in academic life or professional life, we had to stand up and say a few words. And I'm sure that this moment was quite a bit stressful for all of us. Well, I have here some tips on how to overcome this stress and how to prepare a communication that can be more effective. And here in this slide, you have the 4 steps of this communication process. As a matter of fact, the moment when you are in front of the audience corresponds to the 10% of your work, and the remaining 90% corresponds to everything else that is below the water. Let's see in detail each of these steps. We start with the planning, and in planning you have to decide the objective of your communication. Why are you communicating? What do you want to convey? Do you want to inform the audience about something, or to explain the growth of a company, or to persuade them to do something? So establish the objective and then prepare the whole communication around it. The second tip is about the audience. You need to know the audience. Who are they? What are their expectations? What are their characteristics? What is their knowledge about the topic that you are talking about? So the answers to those questions will inform you what kind of information you should include and omit in your presentation. And also the time. How much time do you have to make that presentation? 1 minute, 7 minutes, 30 minutes? The answer also will let you know if you should go deep in and go into the details of your presentation. And also, do you have only half a day to prepare it, or you have 2 weeks or 2 months? So this will also give you the information that you need to know how deep you need to go into your topic. And the method. Actually, you have 3 possible solutions for your method. You can memorize all your lines, you can read your paper, or you can talk using some notes. But there are, as you probably understand, some advantages and inconveniences of each method. If you memorize everything, you may forget a line and then you get stuck, you don't know how to continue. If you read, your eyes will be on your paper and you cannot see the eyes of your audience. You cannot control if your message is being understood or not. And talking using notes will allow you to be more relaxed, and your presentation can be almost like a dialogue, a conversation with your audience. Then we go to the organization. At this step, you need to decide how you are going to open your speech. What will be the opening story, and how you are going to develop this story, and how you are going to conclude, and how all the ideas that you have will be connected. You can use the chronological order, so you can tell a story. For instance, if you are talking about the growth of a company, you can start with the beginning of the company, when it was created, and then talking about the milestones. Or you can use the Big Bang. You can have a big opening, so to draw the attention of your audience. Or you can use also the cause-effect, so you start showing the problem, and then you talk about the causes and the effects. Of course, before going in front of your audience, I recommend that you practice, that you rehearse, and you try to simulate the real conditions. For instance, do you know how much a microphone weighs? Probably 100 grams in the first 1 minute. But if you have to stand with your arm like this for half an hour, after 10 minutes, your micro will weigh half a kilo, because your muscles start being painful, and your arm will be like that. So try to simulate the real situation before going in front of your audience. And finally, you have your 10%, your 10 minutes or 5 minutes of success. At this moment, before starting to talk, just be quiet and let your audience also be quiet and smile. And you will see your smile coming back to you. And this will give you the self-confidence that you need to go on. Also try to use some humor, try to be clear in your voice, try to use your tone of voice just to be sure that everyone is paying attention. Span the audience with your eyes so you can see if they are paying attention or not. Try to be yourself, be dynamic, be enthusiastic about your topic, and don't be afraid, because no one in the audience knows more about your topic than yourself. And another stressful moment is the one about questions and answers. What if someone asks me something and I don't know the answer? Don't worry, you are the one that knows more about your topic, and you don't have to have all the answers, and just tell the person, I don't know, that's no problem. And if someone insists on the question, you can just say, okay, we can discuss that after in the coffee break. It will be very interesting to talk to you. And what if someone asks you about French fries when you are talking about omelets? You know everything about omelets. Omelets with mushrooms, with cheese, but you know nothing about French fries. You can use the solution that politicians usually do. So French fries are very good and they go very well with omelets. And you can continue talking about omelets and you stay in your comfort zone. So don't stress about that. Well, being in front of an audience is quite an experience, is an opportunity to grow, there are lessons to learn while being here on the stage. So don't avoid being here, because this is one really opportunity. But be sure that if the audience doesn't understand your message, if your message is not conveyed well, it will be your fault. So prepare it well. Don't be afraid. Come to this place, try it, and smile and shine. Thank you very much.